The name of the game is professional wrestling. Now, we sit in here every week and we tell you what's going on with every organization around. Today, we're going to do something a little different because we've had our whole world turned upside down this week. As far as the WWE is concerned, we do not have a WWE World Heavyweight Champion on the staff right now. I'm Chuck Jones.
I'm Amar Scott.
Randy's behind the camera. This is a critical Wrestleheads episode. We got to get involved right now because we got a lot going on. Survivor Series is right around the corner, and we don't have a champion.
It's next week. It's right, when you mean right around the corner, it's peekaboo, it's right around the corner. You know what I mean? It really is.
So let's be honest here. We know, hey, we got respect for Ring of Honor, we got respect for TNA, we got respect for Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, the Santino brothers, all the other wrestling organizations out there. But we have to give special attention to this situation. The man of mans, Seth Rollins, is out indefinitely with a torn ACL, MCL, due to a wrestling maneuver that he was pulling in a one-on-one confrontation against Kane in Ireland at a house show. Things went terribly wrong, Amar.
Yeah, I mean, terribly wrong. I mean, shit, it's a fucking shitstorm. They're scrambling right now as we speak. You know what I mean? They're still scrambling. You know? I mean, honestly, you got to give it to the kid. He finished the match. That's why maybe I'm looking at, they said it was six months to 9 months. I'm hoping somewhere around 4 because he finished the match, but time will tell on that. But yeah, it's a shitstorm right now in Stamford, Connecticut. I mean, you got all hands on deck. They even called the Road Dogg in. We need your help. They need everybody. It's going down in a week.
Let's just be serious. Let's be clear here, folks, because I don't know if you heard me. We do not have a WWE World Heavyweight Champion right now. If you are a wrestling enthusiast like we are, the wrestling world right now is in peril for the simple fact of this couldn't have come at a worse time.
Not at a worse man.
The man, Seth Rollins, injured. He can no longer carry the championship. He can no longer headline at the pay-per-views. John Cena's on his break. Randy Orton is hurt.
Brock Lesnar's
out. Undertaker's out. Do we need to keep going? This is the moment where we will truly find out what the head of the wrestling businesses are made of. Because everything depends on what the WWE does next. Who are they going to put in the driver's seat? Who is going to go prime time? Who is going to become a household name in the next month or so by being the undisputed reigning WWE World Heavyweight Champion? Now, the biggest question, actually too, on everyone's mind, where does this leave Roman Reigns?
I was just about to say that.
Who just declared himself as the #1 contender by beating everyone available and making it to the end. That's one question. Yeah. Number 2, what is going to happen with the person holding the briefcase, which is almost a guaranteed contract, a guaranteed opportunity to be the champion, unless you're Damien Sandow, to win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And more importantly, what is the WWE going to do for future plans that they probably have with Seth Rollins going into the next couple of pay-per-views? Was he going to make it? Was he not going to make it? Was it Roman Reigns' time?
Was it a bro kick away? I don't know.
We have a lot to talk about here, folks. So please excuse us if we don't go too far into Ring of Honor this week, into TNA this week, into Lucha Underground is not even back yet. This requires a lot of attention because we got to get everyone's perspective from all over the world on this situation because we don't know if the WWE is going to bring back the deadly game for Survivor Series, in which they should.
Man.
We don't know if they're going to do that. We don't know if they're going to continue on with the storyline with the Wyatt family versus The Undertaker versus Kane versus whoever else they get. We don't know if Sting's going to show up. What if they put the belt on Sting, Amar?
Wow. That would be totally wrong. I mean, I'm not too against it because, you know, Sting is a legend, but nah, man, you got to put it on the young buck. We got to get to that later. It cannot be one of these old guys, man. What I mean by it can't be a guy that I was watching when I was a teenager. I'm sorry. I mean, it means no Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean? I mean, it means no Undertaker. I mean, it means no Randy Orton. It means no John Cena. It means no, you know, Sting. Nobody like that. It has to be a fresh face, because to answer one of your questions, like what does this do with Roman Reigns? You know what I mean? Because my thing is Roman Reigns was he was in the main event, bro. It was him versus Seth Rollins, wherever which way they would have went with it, the angle. He was there in the main event getting his shot back at the title. Now what do you do with him in the tournament? There's some say, and you know, I talked to our producer Randy a couple days ago. He said he would like to see Roman Reigns rocket Gibraltar all the way to the finals. You know what I mean? There's some people asking, what happens with that? Does he get a bye for being the *1 contender? Does Sheamus come in at the end of the night and bro kick Roman Reigns in the face after he wins the title? Does fucking a Ryback, they put the title on fucking Ryback and he takes a bro kick at the end of the night? Does Sheamus walk out at the end of the night with the title? Like you said, we don't know shit right now. We don't know if they're even going to go with one of the best Survivor Series matches in a long time, and that was going to be the Wyatt family versus the Undertaker, Kane, possibly Sting, and someone else. We don't know if they're going to scrap that. Because like I said, it's a word that I used a lot a year ago when the WWE was grasping for straws. And right now, that word fits what's going on today. They're grasping for straws. They're wondering, who can we put in place to take it to where we need it to be for WrestleMania? Because don't fool yourself, right? If Roman Reigns doesn't win it Survivor Series, you know at the end game is Roman Reigns, WrestleMania, title in hand. You know that. So do you put it on the heel? Do you put it on the face? What the fuck do you do? I have a couple guys that I feel in mind that should be holding the title, either one of those guys. I mean, I'm pretty sure you have a couple guys. I'm pretty sure Randy has a couple guys that he feels should hold the title. I'm pretty sure the fans out there have a couple guys that they feel, hey, write us on Facebook. You know the page.
We're going to put the list up.
Go up there. Tell us who you think should be the new WWE champion at the end of Survivor Series.
The bottom line is this. It has been a very long time in which all three of us have been stumped about the direction of the wrestling business, who's going to lead it, and what are they going to do. Because it's just like you said, it's just like what Randy said. Hey, you cannot discredit Roman Reigns for winning the tournament on Raw against very credible opponents.
Competition.
Okay, yes, very credible opponents. You cannot take away his body of hard work to get him to the opportunity to face Seth Rollins just because Seth Rollins is no longer available. In the tradition of show business, the show must go on. Not only do I agree that Roman Reigns should be in the finals of this deadly game tournament, but he should definitely be the guy that whoever it is that is victorious to go through the competition there, make it up to the top, your last hurdle has to be Roman Reigns. And yes, Roman Reigns has to be the fresh wrestler. He has to have the advantage because he is the #1 contender. We cannot let this get swept under the rug. He is the #1 contender. He is the guy that was guaranteed to main event Survivor Series, one of the big four at this pay-per-view. The bottom line is this. Not only do we not know what's going to go on, not only are we going to be glued to Raw tomorrow, but I agree with you, it has to be a new face. And honestly, if you have to scrap that Survivor Series match that you had planned with Undertaker Kane against the Wyatt family, if you got to scrap that to have bigger plans for Bray Wyatt, then you need to scrap that. Okay? There's nothing, no ifs, ands, or about it. But
here's the thing.
This is a special opportunity for you to now make a brand new superstar. It's like that feeling when Booker T became the WCW World Heavyweight Champion. It was on the fly. At the beginning of the night, you didn't know what was going to happen. At the end of the night, you were in shock, but you were happy.
Or the first Deadly Games, with 98, The Rock. I was a big Rock fan back in the day. I didn't know he was taking that title. I thought it was Austin going to be able to take that title on that. I didn't know they were going to screw him. I didn't know The Rock was going to even turn and go with the corporation. And that was big. You know what I mean? Who knew that? They made a champion that night in 98. And hey, isn't it ironic that this is 18 years later and we're back in Deadly Games? You know what I mean? You gotta roll number 2. You have to.
They need to call it the Deadly Game.
Sorry, I was getting a call from Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. I had talked to a couple of them. I have to call you back later. We got the show to do.
There needs to be a Deadly Game at Survivor Series.
But here's the thing, and this is to far as what you were saying earlier about, you know, I kind of agree with you guys with Roman Reigns getting some kind of bye, but I don't believe he should go straight to the finals. I believe he should get the first round bye. He will be the fresher man because you have him have the first round bye, then you have him compete first at the last match before the other guy does, so that makes him the opposite fresh man. You know what I mean? But I agree with you in a certain way. Roman Reigns should be in the final. But I believe he should win at least 2 matches to get to the finals.
The only reason why I say
one match.
The only reason why I say Roman Reigns shouldn't have to do that anymore is because Roman Reigns just did that. He did it on Monday Night Raw. He just went through a tournament where he wrestled 3 times.
But here's the thing,
to win the championship, to win the #1 contendership.
Okay, so here's the thing, though. He wrestled 3 times. Well, no, he wrestled twice. He wrestled twice to win the #1 contendership. Does the other guys that was in the tournament, do they get a bye in the first round because they already wrestled too in that tournament?
But see, the difference is they didn't win.
But see, you still keep them fresh. You don't give them a bye straight to the finals, no, because you want more matches. You need to fulfill that night. You know what I mean? You give them a bye in the first round. You know what I mean? That way, because you got to think about it. They have to win the first round, they have to win the second round, and then then there's the finals. So there's 3 rounds. You're gonna have to.
We don't know.
I saw the way it set. I saw the way they had it set up.
Okay.
It's 8 man. It's what? Let's see. 1.
So it's gonna be in the tradition of the King of the Ring.
4. No, it's 16 man. It's 16 man. It's
Really?
8 matches, and the first round is 8 matches. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, no, hold on. I think I'm wrong on that one.
It has to be 8.
1,
4 matches.
2. Yeah, you're right. It's 4 matches, 8 man. You give him that bye in the first round. That way, he only has to wrestle twice that night. The other person that gets to the finals that's his opponent is gonna have to wrestle 3 times. You know what I mean? You make his semifinal match first. You know what I mean? That way, he has more time to rest. And then the guy that comes after him, and that eventually is going to feast him in the finals, his semifinal match is after Roman Reigns. So ultimately, Roman Reigns is still the fresher man because he only fought once to get there. You know what I mean? And his match was before the other guys, and the other guy fought last, and he fought 3 times. It's kind of a Dolph Ziggler situation.
So the one thing I will say for this, there's definitely going to be a lot of views and a lot of points leading up to this tournament. You know, one thing's for sure. This was not something we expected as fans. This was not something the WWE expected. Like I said, we all have to wait for Monday Night Raw tomorrow to get things sorted out because it's the first time in a long time. I don't think any of us expected Seth Rollins to get hurt and, you know, for the championship to be in limbo like this. Yeah. But, you know, the WWE, I give them credit. They were proactive. They did the right thing. They brought the title off of them. You know, it should be, when we watch Monday Night Raw tomorrow, it should be in a glass case, and it should be Stephanie and Triple H out there, very first thing they say. But I also want them to make this abundantly clear. Whenever Seth Rollins is healed and ready, first match back is to unify the championship. Because this technically is going to be the interim champion.
Yep.
This technically is going to be the interim championship.
He never got beat.
He never lost the match.
That's something you could set up. Hey, look, if he's back in the same form, say he has missed WrestleMania. That's something around summertime that you're going to be able to
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't expect Seth Rollins back until about SummerSlam, and I'll tell you why. It's a significant injury to his knee nonetheless.
But what if
He gets a lot of credit for finishing the match. Yeah. But for Seth Rollins to wrestle lights out like he wrestles, he's going to have to be 100%.
SummerSlam.
I'm guessing SummerSlam.
If it's SummerSlam,
and if you if you ask me, you put the belt right back on.
Yep.
You do it. And this is, if I'm Seth Rollins, this is the moment right now where you work on your mic skills, get them up higher than what they are now, and just be ready. And if I was Seth Rollins, when I came back, I would make this personal.
Yep.
I would seriously make this personal. I don't give a damn who the champion is at the time. I don't care who the reigner is. You got it because I got hurt.
Yep.
And now I'm back. And now I'm back to kick your ass to take it back.
They got to do it like UFC interim championship. They let Seth Rollins show up with another title too, with his title. You let Seth Rollins come back at SummerSlam and mix it into that little SummerSlam match with his title. You know what I mean?
Because
this is real championship.
Because you make it personal.
Yep.
It's just like when John Cena and CM Punk did that.
Yep.
You make it personal. You know? But, you know, from us here at Wrestleheads and everyone that supports our show, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, we do want to wish Seth Rollins a speedy recovery. Get well soon, but don't come back sooner than you're ready, because we don't want to see Seth Rollins wrestling half-ass because he's nursing an injury. I'd rather you sit out the extra month or two, come back at 100%, and wrestle out of your fucking mind when you get back.
Man, speaking as one of the biggest Seth Rollins fans up here and supporters of everything that he's been doing, dude, take your time. Take your time, come back right, show them what you're all about when you come back. Come back better than ever. I mean, because this ain't going to stop you. You are needed in the future for the WWE. You really are.
To be honest, and I'm going to just say this, you know, because I don't know if it came across clear on the waves, but I was convinced with Seth Rollins being my champion in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I was convinced. So I didn't have any plans for him to drop this strap. I didn't have any plans for him not to be the champion for at least another few months.
Yeah.
I was comfortable in the fact of knowing that Seth Rollins is going to be my champion. He's taking us into the next year.
Mm-hmm.
You like, I was fine with it.
Yeah.
When we got this news that he got hurt,
I was thrown back.
that shit changed everything that you could possibly think of, because from a significant standpoint here, I'm sure the WWE had things laid out for Seth Rollins. It was getting ready to be a really different path. And honestly, I might get a little contention from the executive producer on this one. I had Seth Rollins going clean over Roman Reigns at the pay-per-view.
You might have.
Because you're validating him.
Yeah.
You know? The story went as Roman Reigns overcoming the odds, defying the odds, cheating the odds, defeating the odds, but you still weren't good enough to beat Seth Rollins. You know? And with the way they had Seth Rollins looking at the beginning of his title reign, I felt that they validated it all after Hell in a Cell when they said, we put you through that shit on purpose and you came through it. I was set with them right then and there. Because I was mad about it like Randy was, but they explained it to me.
Yeah.
And they said why they did it, and it made sense.
But it's what I've been telling y'all the whole time. They do this. Look, whether people want to admit it or not, they did it to CM Punk. They did it to Randy Orton. They did it to Edge. They did it with The Miz. All the sleazy heel champions used to run like that. You know what I mean? Unless you're Brock Lesnar. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they all used to run. The sleazy, like, smaller heels, they used to it's You know what I mean? And it's just a cycle what they do with the sleazy heel. You know what I mean? That's no knock on him and his character. You know, and I've been saying that from day one, but everybody has entitled to their own opinion. Everybody has one. You know what I mean? So we just roll with it, and it's just an argument, thing that we do here. But here's the wild card. The Wyatt family. Now, I feel you can still have that match with the Wyatt family versus the Undertaker in there, but you can move Bray Wyatt out late. Bray Wyatt can be like, well, I'm the wild card. You can have a wild card entry, as they had laid the tournament out to us on Monday. You're like, and there's going to be one wild card. You know what the wild card is? It's going to be Bray Wyatt, because on that night, he's going to say, when he comes out there to face the Undertaker in there, when he comes out that night, it's not going to be him. You bring in Leo Kruger. You go ahead and bring in what's his name, Adam Rose, Leo Kruger. You put him in the stable. And you let them go against the Undertaker
or Bo Dallas,
whatever the case may be. So Leo Kruger, Bo Dallas, you bring him in. You let them fill in for you. You get in the tournament. That's how you put. Because I'm kind of with you on, and I feel Wyatt's one of my guys that I feel you put the title on.
And the reason why, see, and I'm gonna give you that because that's exactly what I was saying too. Not so much because a lot of people have a few questions about Bray Wyatt, but look at what he's got right now. He's got 3 giants around him. He is a monster heel.
Yeah.
Cuts the best promos, and his match with Roman Reigns showed you that he can main event. So I don't see why you wouldn't go Wyatt right now. Yeah. Because if you really wanted to sell this thing with him and the Undertaker, Bray Wyatt being the champion and going against the Undertaker, that's a whole nother bag of cats. Yeah. So I think it's safe to say, and you let Bray Wyatt win. Now the thing is, I know that they were already setting the groundwork up for the Survivor Series style match, Undertaker and Kane, but there's no reason
you can scrap that.
No, but there's no reason why Undertaker and Kane can't just go against Harper and Rowan in a tag team match, and you just leave those other people that you had scheduled off, and you put Bray Wyatt in that tournament, and you make sure that the Wyatt family sends Bray to the top. And honestly, if you want to go a step further, if you want to go a step further, and I don't know if they would do this, but this is what I would do. You have Sheamus cash in, and as soon as he cashes in, Braun Strowman fucking kicks him right in his face.
Yep.
And you have Bray Wyatt give him a Sister Abigail. Now you're done. You're done. You're done. Wyatt is carrying the belt until WrestleMania. And then you can have him drop it. If that, because then you'll have your textbook heel carrying it in, because Seth Rollins was the heel.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect
ultimately to be the one to.
Yeah. So, if you want to do that, I got no problem with that, I just don't want to see no stupid shit. Like
I don't want to see them put it on Ryback, because there's then like we said, the name of the game is wrestling, but we're dealing with the WWE sports entertainment and whatnot, and that's what ruins it sometimes. There's a chance that belt can either go on Sheamus or Ryback by the end of the night. And I'm not playing when I say that. And I mean, you look at my face. We don't want that. I'm pretty sure none of you real wrestling fans out there want that.
If they put that belt on Ryback without any interruptions, and Ryback carries that belt into Monday Night Raw the next night,
I don't know if
I think that I would probably be more speechless than we are right now.
I mean, low key, I'm like with Randy. If that happens, if Ryback's the champion, I'm watching strictly ROH. I think I'm gonna have to boycott WWE for a minute, and I love the WWE since it was the WWF.
See, the crazy thing about that would be
that's nuts. But they will do, man.
They would do it. They would do it. They would pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, man. But see, here's the thing, though. There's a chance of Ryback winning the tournament but getting bro kicked. You know what I mean? Because in the end, Sheamus can walk out with the title. But I'm in agreement with you. I'd rather see Wyatt defeat whoever he has to defeat, and then Sheamus try to come out and put Sheamus in the tournament, and then he'll try to come and cash it in, and then Braun Strowman just comes up out of nowhere and just fucks him up.
Because it's strength in numbers. So you can always have that belt around Bray Wyatt.
Just scrap Sheamus.
Yeah.
Scrap it.
Yeah.
The champ's gone, scrap it.
Yeah, you can have Bray Wyatt hold that belt because he's got an army around him to keep it. Now, you spoke on Ring of Honor. Let's go ahead and get that business out of the way. Ring of Honor did have some good matches this past week on their show.
Main event.
And yes, you did get your #1 contender crown for that match also. AJ Styles defeated O'Reilly.
No, it was...
And Adam Cole.
No, Adam Cole. No, AJ Styles is the #1 contender. It was just a triple threat match between O'Reilly, Cole, and Styles. Styles is the #1 contender going.
So he already was.
Yeah, he's already the #1 contender going
okay.
1-on-1. That's why when at the end of the match, Jay Lethal got in there and got face to face. The champ got in there and got face to face with AJ Styles. Like, you coming after my goal. I'm the man over here, like you said. I remember, like you said, it has to be something for Jay Lethal. Because that dude was jobbing when AJ Styles was main eventing in TNA when TNA was worth a damn. But now, the reality of the landscape has changed. AJ Styles is a big player in ROH. Yeah, he's still got a name. He's the #1 contender. But guess what? The man is Jay Lethal over there. That same guy that was jobbing like Randy Savage over in TNA has not one gold, but the television title too. He's the motherfucking man in ROH. That's got to be doing wonders for him right now.
See,
but getting back,
I'm sorry, excuse me.
But getting back to the triple threat, it was a great match. I mean, O'Reilly, Cole, Styles, they brought it. Like I keep saying.
And I like how they had their crews with them too.
Yeah, I keep saying. Week after week, if you want to see the best professional wrestling in an hour block, you watch ROH on Destination America. You got to. It's the best professional wrestling in an hour block on TV right now today. And I put their 3 matches every week up against 3 matches of any other promotion. That's including the WWE.
Action packed. And like you said, I felt a feeling of good when I saw Jay Lethal hold the straps up to AJ Styles' face, because we knew TNA would never let that happen. We knew the WWE would probably never let that happen.
Missed the ball, man.
It felt good to see AJ Styles being the challenger to the man, Jay Lethal. And TNA had an opportunity to make Jay Lethal a champion, and they totally screwed it up. They gave him that X division. I remember that.
Yeah, Black and Cheese.
Yeah, they did that, but he's himself right now. And he looks good out there. Yeah. And I like to throw a shout out to Roderick Strong also. Gotcha. He wrestled a great match too. Roderick Strong is one of those wrestlers where he gets in the ring and he's going to perform and he's going to execute all the moves that you're used to seeing in that of a textbook technical wrestling match. It's not no bullshit. So I give him a lot of credit too. And then the same thing with the Young Bucks. They had their match. Their match was good.
There's people that don't like the Young Bucks, and I understand why. You know, I can understand why there's people that don't like it. I mean, I'm infatuated with them. I love the fucking Young Bucks. I think the Young Bucks are the motherfucking shit. You know what I mean? And
my only issue with them is I know how good they are and I know what level they're on, but I want them to get to the highest of levels. You know, and because of personal reasons, that hasn't happened. But I'm faithful that one day.
Maybe one day.
I'm hopeful that one day. Because, see, here's my thing. You may not like the WWE. They may not be the game in town for you. I mean, like I was speaking to you earlier about the whole AJ Styles situation. If he never wanted to come, I can understand that because he's tried out so many times and they told him no. Yeah. And now he's this big international superstar. And he might just say, you know what? But think about your legacy. Think about the fans. I mean, it's much more to it than just working for the WWE. You're doing this for yourself. Because ultimately, you go wrestle at WrestleMania and you have a 5-star match. Every independent promotion to the day you die is going to want to put you on a card. And that's the thing with the Young Bucks. I feel the Young Bucks are one of the best tag teams in the business today. Honestly, I put them over the Uso brothers. Yeah. But you can't, how are we going to measure that if they don't get their asses over there?
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying? Because I know they're better than the Uso brothers.
But the Usos are good too.
The Usos are damn good, but that's why I still put the Bucks a little higher.
Yeah.
You know, and I put them higher than a lot of the premier tag teams in the WWE. But you don't get to see it because they haven't made this decision to come over. You know, and it's the same thing with AJ Styles as we talked about earlier. No NXT for AJ Styles.
No, you gotta go straight to the main roster.
You come over, not only are you on the main roster, fella, you're in the main storyline within the first year. That's the way it's gotta be. This guy's worked too hard for too long. That's the way it's gotta be. You know, so Ring of Honor, they did some great stuff this week. They had some good matches. The boys, since leaving Dalton Castle, they've done a good job. I mean, they got worked by the Bucks, but fuck, everyone gets worked by the Bucks in tag team action. So that is nothing to be ashamed of. You guys did good. You held your own. Keep up the good work.
But one thing I can say about that, maybe the WWE ain't for everybody though. You know,
It's
a lot of
not.
people like their freedom.
You're right.
And the WWE has a lot of restrictions, move restrictions. It has a lot of stuff that handicaps wrestlers. I mean, but granted, to your case, the cream, if you're the cream of the crop, you're going to rise to the top. You don't matter if they take away your move sets, you're going to find some other way to get it done. You know what I mean? So I would like to see, I would love to see them there. But I can understand why they don't though.
Yeah.
You know?
See, my biggest thing is just the legacy part of it, man. True. I'm not saying stay there. Go over there for a couple of years. Win that belt. Win those belts. Do what you got to do, and then get back to the independent promotion circuit. Yeah. There's no problem with that. But you can say now that we went there, we beat everyone's ass, and then we decided to leave. Yeah. Hey, you still a bad motherfucker in my book. Yeah. But if you ain't never went there and done it, you're right. It's hard to sell yourself as a bad motherfucker. Yeah. Even though we know that you are.
Bad motherfuckers, man.
They are. So keep in touch. You know, we're going to tell you more about the Ring of Honor as it develops, but they had a damn good show, and as Amar pointed out to you, the best 60 minutes of professional wrestling on TV today.
It is, man.
Okay. Now, do you have any TNA notes before we go any forward?
Man, I'm just saying, I mean, hey, there's TNA fans out there, but man, they're happy. I'd rather talk about who's going to be in the tournament.
Okay.
You know, that's the meat and potatoes for me. You know what I mean? TNA, they got this World Championship Series, and it started off and had some success, and they still have good matches. They had some good matches last week. You know what I mean? But when all is said and done, they got guys that's wrestling that's not even there. I'm not interested in watching guys wrestle that's not there anymore. You know what I mean? That's just plain out. That's just where I draw the line.
That's what rubs me the wrong way.
Rubs me the wrong way with that. Guys that's not there anymore are still wrestling there and having big profile matches, and they're not even there anymore. Scrap that shit. You know what I mean? Like I said last week. So I'm not trying. I'd rather talk about who's going to be in the tournament, in our opinion. You know what I mean? Than go anywhere with TNA. And then NXT, we already know. It was running back they're
working that Samoa Joe heel turn on Finn Balor.
Yeah, something that we already knew about. I did not know that Baron Corbin, they're finna move him off with Apollo Crews. That's basically the big thing. But then the big thing that happened on NXT was the heel turn with Samoa Joe on Finn Balor. Gave him that muscle buster square smack dab in the middle of the ring and showed that he is the Samoan submission machine, and he ain't here to play nice anymore or grease anybody's back or rub anybody, hold anybody's hand. He's coming for the strap. And because after that, he's moving up to the roster. He's done with NXT.
And mark his word, he's going to make good on it. Don't be surprised. See, this is what a lot of people need to be realizing right now. Royal Rumble's in January.
Yeah, small joke.
So let me tell you something. Any wrestler that's down in NXT or any other organization for that matter, to debut at the main roster, all it takes is to grab a number and go in the Royal Rumble. So with that being said, I want to talk a little bit more about the WWE because we did start our show heavy on Seth Rollins, and we're going to continue, but we do want to give everyone else the respect of giving them their time on this show. The mid-card, the Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, Kevin Owens is still the champion. Yeah. It looks like they're going to build a very good program with him and Dean Ambrose. Yeah. And they're going to go, back and forth. I expect them to go one-on-one in Survivor Series for the strap. I don't know if there's going to be any kind of stipulation or anything that's going to be added to that match. But the personality with those two gentlemen, the work ethic, the history, the crowd response that they get, no doubt in my mind, not only is this a platform for the Intercontinental title, but it could in the future be a platform for the World Heavyweight title.
Well, see, and that's the thing, because Kevin Owens is money. And to me, I know a lot of people I'm a fan of Wyatt, but to me, the best heel now that Seth Rollins is out is Kevin Owens. Even though Kevin Owens may not be the champion after this tournament, he may still yet stay in the Intercontinental at the mid-card right now. But to me, if you ask me, who's the best heel the WWE got, that's just my opinion. Like I say, everybody got one. My opinion is Kevin Owens is the best heel that they have right now that Rollins is out. Right now. But hey, but you might not want to move them off Ambrose because they can have some money matches. You know what I mean? So, I would keep them, I would probably keep them there. But do you put Kevin Owens in the tournament? That's what I'm saying. You have to knock this out the park, man. None of this figo-fago fugazi bullshit here. You know what I mean? I don't want to see how can I put this? I don't want to see, I like Neville but I don't want Neville to have a prime spot in the tournament. He could be in there, but I don't want to be like Neville and some put together shit. You know, Sheamus, Ryback. I don't want to see that. I want to see some of the best wrestlers in the tournament.
See, here's the thing now. The confrontation with Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens, honestly, I wouldn't touch that. I would let them go ahead and vie for the Intercontinental Championship.
You can have them face in the tournament against each other.
Right. You could.
You know what I mean? You could have them. That could be a first or second round match in the tournament.
Or, see, that's why I said we got to watch Raw and really find out, because now, if you want to make this all about the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and it should be.
It should be, man.
Then the whole pay-per-view should be based on that tournament.
You can have someone.
You don't need an Intercontinental title match. You don't need a U.S. title match.
You put the United States champion and Intercontinental champion in the fucking tournament.
Because we need a fucking leader.
Exactly.
We need a leader. We need somebody to lead this goddamn company. And it has to be as good as Seth Rollins. Because if it ain't, you're going to catch hell on this fucking show.
Could I say something? It's just like I said before. You know, this is my theory is with the whole deadly game, you know, shit. I say it should be a bracket of 4. Right? You let fucking Rollins and, excuse me, not Rollins because he's out. You let Ambrose and Owens go against each other. Because that's a money match. People will want to see that. Those are two people that people like. Mm-hmm. You don't fuck with that. You get your 4 top contenders. And I say Bray Wyatt should be doing double duty. You put him, Roman Reigns, like I said, like you said, advance to the finals. Because that's how it has to go. Out of them 4, the fucking bracket, the winner of them, go against Roman Reigns. Because it has to be fair. I think that's the best way to do it. You just put your top 4 and go from there.
See, I agree with that logic, just because it doesn't take away anything from Roman Reigns. Because, see, and this is what I was trying to tell you earlier, the only reason why I say Roman Reigns shouldn't have to compete in this tournament is because Roman Reigns competed in the tournament already to get his spot. So, we're trying to substitute Seth Rollins. Yeah. We're not substituting Roman Reigns. Mm-hmm. Roman Reigns is already set to wrestle 1 match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Mm-hmm. He's only slated to wrestle, went a little Down syndrome on me. 1 match. God damn. So you put your best in that tournament and you have them beat the fuck out of each other, and then yes, you got to beat Roman Reigns to win that strap, because Roman Reigns was going to be the one in that match to get Seth Rollins anyway. But like you said, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen with Sheamus.
I saw the bracket. The bracket's 8. The bracket's 8 guys, 4 matches. 8 guys, 4 matches.
That's a lot of work.
Guys, 4 maybe matches. It might be 8 guys to lead up. See, to me,
I think it's going to be 7 guys.
If it's 8 guys, then Roman Reigns got to start from the bottom again.
But here's the thing. I think it's going to be 7 guys. They have 8 brackets, but I think it's going to be 7. I agree with what you said. Roman Reigns, I feel, has to get some kind of bye, or you can put him in the finals. I'm okay with that if they did it that way. I'm okay if they put it like if they went 4, but I saw the bracket was 8. You know, 8 guys. But if they went that way and they put him in there, I can be okay with that. You know, I wouldn't have a problem with how that if it rolls out that way. But I believe they're going to put 7. I believe they're going to put 7. They're going to give him a buy into the second round.
Because I figure you can still enhance the pay-per-view with the whole, what we just call the deadly games right now. Yeah. The whole deadly game shit, and still be able to keep your Del Rio versus Jack Swagger, still keep your Owens versus Ambrose. The tag, if they want to do another Survivor Series type style match, because I figure they probably do 2 of them. Well, you know, that's probably like common.
I feel they can do 2. And then here's the thing. Yeah, I would probably leave. You're right. I would probably leave Del Rio out of this. Why I would say that? Because you can still put him. Because it got to be a match to help out the guys that needs rest after they're competing. You know what I mean? There has to be other matches. Like if you still go with the 2. You go with 2 Survivor Series matches. You got the Divas match. You got the United States match, and then you can still go with the tournament. Yeah, but you can still have. Either way they go. I'm just waiting. We gotta wait for tomorrow.
I'm gonna be honest with you. This whole thing, I agree with what you said, and I like what you said about that. You still have your Survivor Series match with the Wyatt family versus The Undertaker and Kane. But you subtract Bray Wyatt from that match.
You bring in another.
You add in whoever. It could be Bo Dallas. It don't matter.
Somebody like that.
Yeah, and you know what? Because let's be real, that match just got downgraded to the next to last match.
But see,
because that last match is gonna crown the champion.
You don't even have to do that. You can still keep them in there, and then you just have the Undertaker and this crew job out faster. Let Bray Wyatt be the sole survivor, and you can just do it like that.
But he shouldn't work that match and be in the tournament because the tournament is gonna wrestle 3 times.
Okay, that's why he got the 3 jabronis to do the heavy lifting.
Well,
this
is another
and all
idea.
he got to do is come in there, hit a twisted sister on somebody's ass, or Sister Abigail, and then good night nurse. And that's it.
This is another idea that I was pitching to Amar just now. Since they haven't introduced anyone else into that tag team besides Undertaker and Kane, why not just do Brothers of Destruction against Harper and Rowan?
Nah.
You can do that because
because they didn't already laid it out.
Bray Wyatt,
family.
Yeah, but Bray Wyatt is needed in this tournament now. But everything just got flipped.
But see, what you keep missing, you keep thinking like he's gonna go out here and wrestle this damn masterpiece of a match. He don't have to do that. It's a Survivor Series. That's why you got all these other people.
So you let them just dominate?
Yeah, but you can't put them in that tag team match.
No, I'm not saying dominate, but
you can't have them put in that tag team match and then wrestle 3 other times.
It's motherfuckers that work double duty. Dolph Ziggler didn't done it.
Dolph Ziggler and Bray Wyatt are 2 people in 2 different condition settings from each other.
Bray Wyatt's in fucking good condition.
But he ain't conditioned to wrestle no 4 matches.
Yeah,
well, it's not 4 matches.
It will be 4. 3 in the tournament. Because we expect him to win.
Well, see, look, it's like this.
That's 3 matches.
I'm thinking what they're going to do is, if this shit starts Monday, they're going to start the bracket Monday. So that'll start from Monday. It's not like they putting an 8.
They're not going to go at the pay-per-view?
They're probably going to go at the pay-per-view, but I don't think
what Randy said. No, what Randy's
going to start Monday.
They'll start the first round matches on Monday.
That changes everything.
And then that just sets it up for the second round in the finals to be at the pay-per-view. But I still think it loses the luster and the lore if you go that way. The whole tournament on at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, because you know what I mean? You can replace all the matches with that.
You got already shit you laid out for you not to have to alter every. See, if you do it like how you said, that's altering the whole fucking pay-per-view.
Everything just got altered.
No, but you can't alter everything. That's what I'm saying. You can fucking interchange some shit. That's all I'm saying.
One thing I can tell you right now, Randy.
Maybe they was thinking about having like a couple of extra little matches. You can scrap them.
One thing I can tell you right now, Randy,
we'll find out
the fans will understand. We are in a state where we need a champion, and the fans will understand. You don't have to worry about scrapping nothing because honestly, that shit would make it better.
But see, that's why I said like the idea I came up with.
You have him go through hell
that
at the daily game to win the belt, whoever it is.
I think that shit'll work. And plus, if you just say like hypothetically, you put Bray Wyatt through all that shit, and he come home with the gold. That's a glorious night. Yeah, that's putting him over on so many fucking levels.
You can still take him out of that match and still have him not only win the tournament, you can have him still win the tournament. You can break the match.
He has to work the match.
You can scrap that match.
He's the leader. He's the leader. He took the Undertaker in the power.
I figure you go with Braun Strowman. I figure you go with Braun Strowman and Harper, or Roman and Harper versus Undertaker and
just for now. And honestly, you can give the Undertaker Wyatt at Royal Rumble.
You can put Wyatt
and let Wyatt be the champion
at Royal Rumble. You put Wyatt in the tournament.
Undertaker somewhere else.
If you put Wyatt in the tournament and you let Wyatt win 3 times, not only win 3 times, it's like you said, Sheamus come waltzing his ass out there, thinking he finna cash in, then boom back another. He's now down. Wyatt pins him. Now Wyatt did not only win 3 times. He's not only won 3 times. He's then taking out Sheamus now, the next guy that's supposed to be looking over his shoulder. If that brings him so high up there, that puts him on a pedestal.
If the WWE want to do this shit right, not only do you have Wyatt win that tournament, but when Sheamus comes down to cash in, immediately, somebody gives that belt to the timekeeper, somebody calls him big boots his ass, and throws his ass in the ring. He gets Wyatt. He's out.
Next thing you know, now he's got rid of that.
That's how you do it, Jack.
To worry about.
That's how you put Bray Wyatt over.
And exactly.
That's how you send him to WrestleMania as the champion.
You ain't got to worry about Sheamus. Now you got Roman Reigns.
Talk about the Undertaker being broke down and not being willing.
He's right.
He's out.
And then you can put the Undertaker and Wyatt at Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? Wyatt go over.
And have Wyatt take him out at Royal Rumble as a champion.
And then you got Roman Reigns.
Y'all missing one essential thing, man. This whole Survivor Series planned around the Undertaker. His 25 years in the business.
That's why you have him and Kane come back and beat up the Wyatt family. Without Bray Wyatt being
You
here.
can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
That's all I'm saying.
You can. You can.
Okay, you got a point there with
You got
that
a point
25
there.
years.
Exactly.
25
That
years.
25-year shit. But hey, I'm sorry, bro. Everything goes out the window. We do not have a champion right now.
It's about to be a champion. That's the point.
This is the war room, folks.
The point, at the end of the day, is the shit, like how I said, it's perfect. Because it'll work on all aspects.
You can't have Bray Wyatt work 4 matches and tell me he's
not
going to be
no
fresh.
4 matches.
So not okay. So you're saying.
They're
So
gonna
you're
start-
saying
I'm thinking
that
they're
he
gonna
works
start tomorrow.
Okay, so
Okay.
you got, so he's making it going to start tomorrow. Because from what the bracket looked like, it was 8 men.
The only reason why I say, look, this is my concern with that. Him going against the Undertaker and all that stuff is going to have to take a lot out of him. Now you're telling me that he's going to have to do that, and then he's going to have to also wrestle again for the World Championship?
Think about it. It's the Survivor Series. Nobody be fucking, unless they trying to pull a Dolph Ziggler,
But if you
like they did last year, where he got fucked up and the whole team pretty much is still left. But that ain't gonna happen this year.
But if my thing is this though, if you want to highlight the Undertaker's 25 years and all this stuff, it's not gonna highlight it if you have some kind of 10-minute shit match because you want to move Wyatt into the tournament. You don't want him to take too much.
All that shit won't even take that long.
That don't
Most
help.
of the time,
You
you
know,
think about it.
just
Most of the
take
time,
Wyatt out the match and
he gonna
put
come in.
Undertaker and Kane in there.
He go tag in. He be in there 2-3 minutes. He be on the fucking rope with most of the shit.
You can make it even more interesting. You can go 3-on-2. Strowman, Harper, and Rowan against Undertaker and Kane.
Oh, let me Sting.
I mean, honestly, if Sting's gonna work Survivor Series, you got to throw him in this tournament now.
You think so?
It gives name value to the championship. Just name value. He gets beat.
They need gravitas towards that
I
match.
think you need the Young Bucks. Yeah, I think you need like the young cats in there. If you ask me, you put Cesaro in the tournament. You put Wyatt in the tournament. I think you put Owens in the tournament. You got Reigns in the tournament. You got Ambrose in the tournament.
You got to put Del Rio in.
I think Del Rio should have his own match with Jack Swagger.
This is why I say it should be an abbreviated tournament with 4 people and Reigns to the final, so you don't have all these problems.
I wouldn't because look, I look at what kind of shape Del Rio's in. I look at how much of a heel he's been for the last 2 weeks. Just in the last 2 weeks, that guy Russell's main event.
Put one of the New Day in the tournament. You put either Kofi Kingston or Big E in there, and you put Big E in there, and you put if the New Day has to defend the strap or whatever the case, you put Xavier Woods and Kofi together on the team. You know what I mean? You could put Big E in the tournament. That's 6, and then you go just one more. You go you go somebody from. If you want to throw a surprise in a monkey wrench, you go somebody from NXT come up. You know what I mean? You throw them in there, bam. Now you got 7. You get Roman Reigns that by, bam. There you go. Roll it. You don't have to have 8. But Randy could be right. They could start it on Monday. We don't know. This is what we're talking about. This is why we're talking right now.
Think about it. If they start on Monday and then continue to SmackDown, then you get your 4 to go to the pay-per-view.
Yeah, but
that changes everything. That goes back to like my theory. I'm like, hey, Roman Reigns needs to advance, or unless they're gonna say like, hey, Roman Reigns, instead of your fucking shot now, you can compete in the tournament,
and
then we save your shot for you got an automatic shot at the Royal Rumble. You could do it like that. Because technically, I don't know if y'all know, he was supposed to take the title off at next month's pay-per-view, TLC. It wasn't going to happen at Survivor Series. It was going to happen at TLC.
Yeah, I heard that. We saw that on Wrestleheads on Facebook. So with that being said, there's a lot of things going on. There's a lot of issues. Until we watch Monday Night Raw tomorrow, I mean, we're all sitting here wondering how the WWE's going to do this. Yeah. But one thing's for sure, man,
or he gets the automatic. If he gives up his title shot, he gets the first shot at the winner of the Royal Rumble. If he doesn't win the Royal Rumble, he gets the first shot at that winner to see who's going to WrestleMania. And that's how you keep him in the match at WrestleMania. So beat whoever wins the Rumble. So no doubt, it's going to be a big week in wrestling, folks. Now we need to get to the news and notes section of our show. Randy, you want to go ahead and get that going? Let's get the news and notes out the way. I mean, obviously, we spent the whole day talking about the biggest news and note, which is our champion being gone. But let's go ahead and get filled in on everything else. We ran through Ring of Honor. We ran through TNA. The WWE's picture. We did everything like we needed to do. Obviously, the biggest
thing is,
Yeah.
what you got, Randall?
Okay. I'm going to start from the good shit. You might hear a lot of Kurt Angle during these news and notes. Because he's been running his mouth a lot lately this week.
Okay.
Let's start off. Kurt Angle says he was supposed to end the Undertaker streak at WrestleMania. Angle talked to Wrestling Inc. about who wanted him to end the streak and why Vince McMahon ultimately nixed it. I was champion in 2006, and the Undertaker approached me and said he wanted to face me at WrestleMania. Until then, the Undertaker didn't have a 5-star WrestleMania moment with a 5-star match. He thought he could possibly have that with me, considering possibly losing as long as he wanted that moment. I don't blame him. Vince says no way, and I agree with Vince. And I don't think the Undertaker should have ever lost at WrestleMania. I think that he should have been undefeated forever. They made their choice, and if you're going to do it with anybody, do it with Brock Lesnar because he is legit as it gets. Me and Undertaker end up having our match at No Way Out 2006, which I want to say, that was a fucking phenomenal fucking match. That was like, I think it did get voted match of the year some fucking where. That shit was legit. I remember seeing that shit on pay-per-view. It was worth the fucking money. Next. Former WWE star will not return to the new season of Lucha Underground. Big Ruck, a.k.a. Ezekiel Jackson, ECW champion, ex WWE Intercontinental champion, said he would not return.
Got his eye burnt out by the crew.
Next.
Now, is there a reason for that? Is he set for bigger plans, or he's done with wrestling?
He hasn't specified yet.
Okay,
It was some reports talking about he was retiring,
Yeah.
but he came out and said no, he's not retiring. So I don't know.
Okay, so my best guess here, just going on the fly here, being a wrestling fan, Lucha Underground didn't want him back. Okay, what else you got?
Or he just wanted to be one of them broads at the ball. Somebody get his attention. Like, please bring me back. Next. Charlotte and Bram's divorce is finalized. So now Charlotte's a divorced woman now. She ain't married to Bram, who honestly is not a bad wrestler over in TNA.
No, he's not.
To give him credit. You know, I mean, it gotta be hard when your wife is a champion legit and your ex-father-in-law is the 16-time, should be 17-time World Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair. So they settled everything, and a part of the divorce decree is basically you come in with your shit, I got my shit, we ain't sharing shit, you can't use my name, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And that's the divorce.
And that's fair.
So basically, it's like what you come in with, what you came in with, you leave with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next, Goldust says he's returning soon. He's teasing to return to WWE television. He wrote soon. Wonder when he go with his brother Cody. Be a part of the Cosmic, whatever the fuck they call it. Wasteland. There you go.
Okay.
Or he go down to NXT. You know, go down to his daddy's stomping grounds where, you know, where Young Dust help get it going.
There you go. That's the name. Hold on real quick, and I just want to throw that out there. That's the name we didn't discuss. You know, you want to hit one out the park and throw everybody for a loop.
Cody Rhodes.
So Cody Rhodes in that tournament had to win it.
I wouldn't want to see
that. Shock value. Shock value. Nobody would see that
I
coming.
wouldn't want to see him winning Stardust.
Nobody would see that coming. I don't want to really say, but I'm just saying. Nobody. I'm not saying that's gonna happen, and they're probably not gonna do that. But nobody would see that coming. Nobody would see that coming.
Next, superstar Billy Graham signs a new Legends contract.
Superstar.
WWE Hall of Famer superstar Billy Graham announced on his Facebook page that he has signed a WWE Legends contract. Hello, Facebook fans around the world. I am thrilled to report to you that Triple H, via telephone conversation, has offered me an official WWE Legends contract. Of course, I said yes, and thank you very much, and I received that contract, and I'm stopping right there. Because, I'm going to tell you, he's my kitchen bitch.
Damn.
Just
love for the superstar.
Let me tell you, but see,
How you try to? But hey, man, he was right. They was raping boys. He was basically harassing ring announcers.
You can't. Hey, you can't
talk so bad
shit.
about WWE.
He talks so much shit.
I know.
And now he's happy that the top ramen for the rest of his life is gonna be paid. What else you got?
He ain't getting top ramen, eating steak tonight.
Yeah, stop.
I don't know his age. That's
Billy Graham, he's taking those steroids.
Next.
Let's go.
Congratulations go out to ex-WWE and WCW superstar Mark Jindrak, a.k.a.
Jindrak.
Marco Corleone, down there in what, Mexico?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He got married. Not a bad-looking chick.
Good job, Ginger.
She like a designer, publicist, fitness instructor, and
you know what?
professional dancer. Sound like she a stripper.
You know, and I just I hate to say this.
Batista got one of them. She like a master stripper.
I hate to say this, but it just seems to me that when you tag up with Jindrak, you gonna die. Because old hair's dead, and so is Lance Cade.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, what else you got?
God damn.
There's disco.
That's tough.
That's fucking hard.
It's all about Buff blaming JR.
Bang JR. When he forgot he fucked up when he went to the WWE.
Yeah.
Next, no plans for Samoa Joe to be called up to the WWE main roster. According to Dave Metzler, Samoa Joe is in NXT to add experience and some name value with the third touring brand. The idea for him to help teach the wrestlers and being groomed for the main roster, which why Joe was working with Baron Corbin, and also why Asuka has been working with Dana Brooke. Right now, I ain't got no problem with it. I'm expecting Joe probably pop up at the Royal Rumble.
I think Dave Meltzer is just throwing a filler out there because Joe's coming up to the main roster.
Can't keep him down there forever.
Next, AJ Styles to be rumored to be in talks with the WWE. I've heard from several unconfirmed rumors late last month that about AJ Styles possibly talking to the WWE, NXT, or some kind of communication between the two sides.
Fuck a talk. Get your ass over there.
Hey, first off, talking is good because that opens lines of communication. So to me, when somebody say talking, I take that as contract negotiations. People throwing out numbers, years, shit like that. For him to even be open for that is a good thing right there. And for him, for the WWE to even be offering it to him is a good thing. Because you know why? It's like it's like I've been saying the whole time. They know they going to goddamn Dallas. You got 100,000 that the Cowboys can get in there. They playing right now that they can get in there.
They're always playing for a goddamn.
Yeah, that's true.
They don't never play
for a goddamn football game. Mm-hmm. You can imagine what much more they can get in there for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So he said he's going to try to do the best thing for his family. You know, I think AJ Styles. I think he's at the point where he want to make that next step closer to the top. And if I'm AJ Styles negotiating, like, hey, let me get one title run. He gets that one title run. He's a Hall of Famer already, but that'll put the cherry on top.
Yeah.
Next, Jim Ross responds to Buff Bagwell's claims, because y'all just brought it up there, about Jim Ross ruined his career.
I haven't seen that.
On this works Ross
How
report.
the hell could Jim Ross be responsible for that shit wrestling he used to do?
On this week's Ross report, Jim Ross responded to Buff Bagwell's claim from Steve Austin's podcast that Jim Ross ruined his career in 2001 when Bagwell started up with the WWE after the purchase of WCW. Ross noted that he has not heard what Bagwell has said on the podcast and he won't listen to that episode because he doesn't plan on listening to it. And he's not interested in hearing it buried for itself. For those who missed what Bagwell said, Ross added, to my former job as head of WWE Talent Relations, it was oftentimes a thankless job. Ross said that he had the distinction of having to let people go, and it was always the worst part of the job. Ross also added, it was great to help many wrestlers to live their dreams, become wealthy, and help facilitate them to having a great quality of life for their family. And there's much more. But hey, somebody needs to stop right there. Buff Bagwell, you wrestled like shit. You had a shitty attitude. This is a well-known fact. Yeah. What happened when you came to the WWE. So,
I know.
Don't try to throw that shit on Jim Ross, you son of a
sleep
bitch.
With them broads, motherfucking gigolos, and call it a day.
Man, he was shitty when he came to W. He was shitty in WCW, but he kept having a contract. Like, that was the thing WCW was doing.
What else you got? We got to wrap this up.
Yeah, it's going to come.
Let's see. Michael Elgin said he has not re-signed with Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
He wanted to be a free agent.
Okay.
I think he's probably trying to sneak and talk to the WWE. Next, Fox Sports is working on the CM Punk documentary series. Fox Sports is working on a documentary series on CM Punk.
Is it about wrestling?
On his training for his first MMA fight. Hey, we gotta talk about it. We gotta bring up Kurt Angle would fucking go fight Ken Shamrock, then we could bring up CM Punk.
I would have brought up that shit.
Kurt Angle's still a wrestler though, man. He's still wrestling.
I mean, my thing is this. I mean, hey, we bring it up, but my thing is if it ain't, I mean, he ain't wrestling no more. You see, this ain't this Wrestleheads, not UFC heads.
He's a 5-time world champion.
Yeah, but he in the UFC, right?
And we gotta talk about Hogan's bum ass. Then we
Is there any word on when he's gonna fight, or is this all chin music? Because here we are at the end of 2015, the motherfucker ain't scheduled. Is he gonna fight? Fuck no, he ain't gonna fight.
Last time I heard he had an injury. Next. Fox.
Alright.
Fox is working on a pro wrestling themed drama. Fox is working on a professional wrestling themed drama titled The Work. This series is being written by Scott O'Connor. Scott is the individual who wrote the article on Brock Lesnar around this year's SummerSlam that was published by the New York Times. While there's no official premiere date, it will show be competing with the NBC MMA series Warrior.
Yeah, they're trying to build up that money to start paying off those candidates for the Republican Party. That's why they got Empire and all those good shows on Fox, because more that people watch them, the more money they make. And that's more money they can send to the Republican
There's wrestling
Party.
fans out there.
Yeah.
Next, update on Jerry Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett's dad, Jerry Jarrett, is getting back in the wrestling business. The latest on Jerry Jarrett getting back in the wrestling business, they working the title right now is going to be Classic Wrestling Revolution, which will see the promotion focus on wrestling and action or contact sports, perhaps having an indoor skydiving component. The belief is within the promotion, Kevin Sullivan will be the booker. The headquarters will be located in Las Vegas. Names like Jordan Laurinaitis, aka WWE Hall of Famer, Road Warrior Animal, Shane Douglas, Jake Roberts, and Terry Funk expected to be involved in the promotion. The promotion has signed all individuals to a non-disclosure and everything is confidential. It says that the promotion has a very strong financial backer.
Well, that's good for...
Damn shame. He got a better backer than his kid.
That's good for Jarrett, because he ain't been seen since Superclass 3, since Vern Gagne stepped him for that money. Shit, get your money, man.
Next, did you know, real quick, Jushin Thunder Liger has had more recorded matches than any wrestler in the modern era with 1,886.
Yeah, that's more than the Ultimo Dragon.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
You know, an Ultimo Dragon.
Next, Andre the Giant documentary will be released on HBO. Vanity Fair reports that Bill Simmons will be releasing a documentary on WWE Hall of Famer Andre the Giant for HBO. Andre the Giant worked for the WWF at the time in 1973 through 1991 and had a very successful career and was a one-time WWE World Heavyweight and Tag Champion. He was put in the Hall of Fame in 1993, which is the same year he passed away at the age of 46. At the time of this writing, there is no indication when it will be available. Good to know. Let's see. So much stuff. Next. As you see, superstar Billy Graham signed a legend deal. Tatanka has signed a legend deal. The Boogeyman has signed a legend deal. And I don't know if you've seen the other day, I put it up. The One Man Gang has signed a legend deal.
Goddamn the game. That's the one I was talking about, man. Goddamn One Man Gang.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad he signed.
Well, did he sign it as the One Man Game or Hakeem?
Man, that's a good question. To me, the One Man Gang, that name alone, fucking.
Yeah, One Man.
You're a One Man Gang, bro.
Yeah, he was a One Man Gang.
He was a bad motherfucker. And I see, and I'm gonna tell you something else. Since you bring that up, Slick don't get enough credit for being a good manager back in the day. He had some damn hard personalities that you just didn't think would go with him,
and he
made that shit work. Why he ain't in the Hall of Fame?
Doctor of
Damn
Pro
good
Style.
question.
The Doctor of Style. You
I call him Doctor of Pro Style.
Yeah.
Next. PWI has voted their top 50 women, and Nikki Bella was number 1. Congratulations
Get the fuck out of here.
to Nikki Bella.
Man, this is where PWI
I'm just gonna give you the top 10 because it's 50 and we ain't got all day to be going through our fucking numbers. Number 1, of course, was Nikki Bella. Number 2 was Paige. Number 3 was Sasha Banks. Which that shit's wrong. It should be at least reversed.
Only because
Number 4,
no, but it's because of the high profile matches probably.
Number 4, Santana Garrett, who was pretty good on the independent scene. Number 5 is Gail Kim. Number 6 is Charlotte. Number 7 is Naomi. Number 8 is Cherry Bomb. Number 9 is Courtney Rush. Number 10
Cherry
is
Bomb.
Taryn Terrell. And 11, alright, fuck it. I'll give you 15. And 11 is Bailey. 12 is Brie Bella. 13 is Sexy Star, as you know from Lucha Underground. 14 is cheerleader Melissa. You know who she is, right?
Yeah.
Used to be the chick with the rag over in TNA. Then she played herself, and she's going to be in Lucha Underground this year too. And number 15 is Lufisto.
Yeah, I believe Taryn Terrell shouldn't even be on there.
The only one that I have a problem with, honestly, Taryn Terrell, I don't have a problem with because that was one of TNA's major ladies.
Sucks.
And I also don't have a problem with Nikki Bella. I don't have a problem with Nikki Bella being number 1 either, just for the simple fact of if you look past the year, she was the number 1. She carried the strap.
Are we talking about wrestling, or are we just talking about where people were like?
No, I'm just talking about because like they rank them as of how they were, the profile matches and everything.
Okay.
I also don't believe Brie Bella should have been top 15.
And I mean, shit, what? Yeah, Brie Bella shouldn't have been top 15. Fuck, I don't have. I had Cherry Bomb higher than what she was. Bailey should have been higher than what she was.
She should have been top 10.
Shit, Bailey should have been top 5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because she's the NXT champ. She's healthy.
Fuck. Cherry Bomb, I thought should have been somewhere closer than. I thought she should have been like about 6. You know what I mean? Because I think she was like 7 or something. I think she could have been 6 or 5, somewhere around.
Next.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing to talk about.
Breaking news: former TNA knockout Leia Tapia is to make her MMA debut on New Year's Eve, as announced during Friday's Bellator 145 broadcast. Spike TV's Queen of the Ring.
She's fighting for real?
I'm getting to it. Queen of the Rings, Leia Tapia will be making her professional MMA debut at the Rising Fight Federation New Year's Eve event. She will face Gabby Garcia, and the event will be live on Spike TV. Rising Fight Federation debut show will take place during the Rising Fight World Grand Prix 2015.
Okay.
Tapia will be on the card, headlined by MMA legend Fedor Emelianenko.
Emelianenko.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, hold on. Please, let me get this one, okay?
And we gotta
Let me
hurry
tell
up.
you something. This is fucking Dixie Carter's fault. Dixie Carter is signing her wrestlers up to go fight for real so they can get fucking killed. You see that shit?
Actually, you won the other day.
Why the fuck is
I watched
Kurt
that.
Angle? Why in the hell is Kurt Angle over there getting ready to fight a Ken Shamrock? Because they so desperate for ratings, they trying to do that. Why are you sending Leia Tapia over there to fight? I know the Barbarian ain't down with this shit.
Next, rumor matches for WrestleMania 32. PWI report the 2 top matches we'll discuss right now: Rock versus Triple H, John Cena versus Undertaker.
I told you we was going John Cena Undertaker.
I think that shit ain't gonna fly, cause I think Undertaker will shoot that shit down. Because I'm telling you, him and Sting probably been talking.
But see, it all depends on Sting's condition. If Sting can't wrestle anymore, then you gotta go Cena.
I don't think, this is my personal opinion, like I said, everybody got one. I don't think that match will carry its weight, man. I mean, from what I've seen of The Undertaker of late, and what I've seen of Sting and Undertaker are not going to be able to give you a legit wrestling match for a WrestleMania card.
Not only
anytime
that,
Undertaker's in a match,
that Cena and Undertaker ain't gonna carry weight like them two.
Well, Cena can carry the match into a
I don't know.
knockout, drag out,
working.
whatever. He could carry the match, and why wouldn't it be Cena? Cena has that's the one of the most missed blunders that the WWE has had on their head. They had not put John Cena at WrestleMania against the Undertaker, and they should have did it years ago.
There's probably a reason.
I'm sorry,
because I'm thinking the Undertaker pretty much chooses his opponents.
if he wanted somebody
nowadays, probably except to break this past year.
The hell are you doing? We got another fan in here. I got him! Get your ass out of here. I'll be back, folks.
Sound like he's fucking wrestling cattle. Next, Dixie Carter's teasing TNA return to Spike TV. TNA President Dixie Carter teased a potential return to Spike TV on her Twitter today. I'm like, if Spike TV takes them back, they deserve everything they can fucking get if they don't get shit.
I don't think Spike TV taking that.
I'm sorry. Because if they go back to Spike, that's telling me she blowing somebody. I mean, I'm come on now. I'm like, because the ratings for what they have to pay for, they don't get the bang you don't get the bang for the buck.
Yeah.
Somebody blowing somebody. They sending somebody over there. Something's going on.
Somebody giving some heavy action.
Yeah. Next, Shawn Michaels ruled out WrestleMania 32 return. He was asked on Twitter about the return, and he said no. I think we all should know the HBK is done.
Yeah.
Let's see. Another did you know? 10 years ago today, Eddie Guerrero wrestled his last match. And we all remember what happened after that he passed away. It's coming up. And let's see. If you look on Wrestleheads, it's photos of CM Punk, Medusa, and Paul Heyman, where they was at Paul Heyman's daughter's bat mitzvah. I thought it was bar mitzvah, but they said bat mitzvah. Let's see. Just to finish it up, the last thing, Bellator. MMA playing Kurt Angle versus Ken Shamrock. People forget, Ken Shamrock is damn near 50 years old. Kurt Angle's what, 46?
I apologize for that. Sometimes fans get out of hand and they want to try to run in on the show. We are security as well as experts in this business. Now, are you trying to validate this whole Kurt Angle versus Ken Shamrock shit?
As this the last news to note, I'll just bring it up. It looks like Bellator MMA is trying to match up two former pro wrestling stars in a fight next year. Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle mentioned at Friday Bellator 145 that he may step in the cage against Ken Shamrock should he win his fight against Royce Gracie at Bellator 149.
Wait, Royce Gracie?
Yeah.
What the fuck is what the hell's going on over here?
I'm not gonna tease everybody, but there's a possibility. We will see. I'm getting my feet wet here in Bellator and having a good time. I'm gonna sit back for once in my life, relax, and watch, and eventually I'll make that decision. Angle has indicated that he will not renew his TNA contract when it expires early next year. At 46 years old, Kurt Angle has a history of serious injuries, and it's unlikely that Kurt Angle will have a lengthy run inside the cage if he does choose so to fight. And you can go, because that is the final news and notes.
One last match against Rusev at WrestleMania and then call it quits.
What the fuck is he doing?
Go into a right Hall of Fame.
He wants to die.
He basically does.
I don't get it. I mean,
Honestly,
I don't think Ken
real
Shamrock
shit.
ain't fighting no more.
Real shit. Even
He
Shamrock.
like Botox Rambo.
I think Shamrock will kill fucking Kurt Angle in that cage.
Shamrock would kill himself. He like Botox Rambo.
I remember when Kurt Angle. I remember when Shamrock got beat up so bad. He got beat up in practice. He couldn't even face Kimbo Slice.
Look.
And then the nigga that substituted beat Kimbo Slice's ass.
Hey, look. Ken
But
Shamrock.
then they ended up fighting at home.
Yeah, Ken Shamrock, man, need to give it up. I mean, I've seen him. He looks like a Botox Rambo, like how Sylvester Stallone looked in that Rocky Balboa. That's how Ken Shamrock look.
I mean, damn,
You just need to give it up.
Yeah, I hate to see him like that.
So,
That's real.
as we run a little long, let's get to the kitchen bitches. Wrap this puppy up. Anybody go first?
Well, I mean, my kitchen bitch comes out of the NFL today. I'm a loyal 49er fan, and I'm happy that we picked up the W today. But that fucking coach of ours, Jim Tom Sula, I don't fucking understand.
He's a moron.
Can somebody please tell me, okay, Gabbard went to go score in the end zone, right? The referee said he was down at the 1. This son of a bitch throws a challenge flag. Why are you throwing a challenge flag? Every scoring play is already going to be looked at.
Yeah.
You wasted a timeout of ours that could have been crucial for some dumb shit. Get it to fucking together, man.
Is that a penalty when you challenge?
No, if you got a timeout there, just take the timeout.
They just took the time out from us. It was the dumbest shit ever. I'm like, scoring plays already get reviewed. Why is he throwing a challenge flag?
Yeah, that's.
I'm not gonna trip too much because we won the game. Go ahead.
I don't have one. I'm too geeked up from that damn tournament. My mind is scrambling. I'm waiting for it.
And I got gas too. You know,
I'm waiting for my
it's a
day.
rough thing.
Sounds personal. Okay. Then mines. Superstar Billy fucking Graham. This fucking used to eat cars or whatever the fuck his catchphrases used to be. Fucking protein shakes or whatever.
Yeah.
He was a bitch.
Damn. Hard words.
You know why he's a bitch?
He flip-flops more than sandals.
Exactly. If you gonna have some, stick with the fucking convictions. You sat there trash the WWE, and then the fucking game come in there and wave some fucking money up in your face. Then you fucking went down faster than a tie hooker. It's It's fucking horrible. The sad thing, I know he was the pre-Hogan before the Hogan.
Yeah, he was.
He's a world champion. He's a Hall of Famer. And don't forget this motherfucker hot his Hall of Fame ring. He put that shit up on what was on fucking what's that shit they
He needed to get some
what's that shit they sell shit on?
eBay.
eBay, there you go. And fucking hawk that shit.
He needed money.
Yep.
He wasn't getting paid enough back then.
This son of a bitch, he getting a goddamn Legends. He was, and then he go out of his way to try to trash the fucking WWE. And then, oh yeah, thank God, yeah, Triple H, the nicest people, the WWE family. They must got some fucking plans for this old bastard, because for them to even go out to fucking bring him in there, I'm sorry, he's insignificant. Where he ain't that fucking important. Where you have to feel like you bring him in there. Them bringing in Tatanka, I understand. Even a one-man game, bum ass.
Okay, hold on. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
The
Okay.
fucking one-man game.
I mean, shit. And all the other people, they probably it sounds like they on a fucking run right now. Maybe to set up for the next video games, to fucking put these people in there, be able to get more key people. But for that old fuck to sit there and fucking talk so much fucking shit, and then next thing you know, yes sir, massa, yeah, I'm a good WWE employee.
Oh shit, this is
It's fucking disgusting. You know, I semi-respected him when he was going against him. You know? Yeah. He spoke out of his shit. A lot of this shit was fucking true, but for you to be flip-flopping because of some damn cash.
He said all that shit, and when they offered him a job, I just want to thank them. They're a great company.
Now they're all great now.
No, and then not only that son of a bitch, he went in, he wanted to take Dusty Rhodes' job at goddamn fucking NXT.
Oh yeah.
You ain't half the man Dusty Rhodes is, you son of a bitch.
Can I interject? God damn. Can I interject though? Randy, so you said
no, because he's sitting there. He ain't nowhere close to the dude that the American Dream was.
No, okay, I give
and
you
the
the
goddamn legend.
But do you saying Billy Graham is Tatanka's more significant than superstar Billy Graham?
He didn't say that.
Yeah, he did. He just said
No,
that
he
shit.
didn't.
That's why I had to stop. I was like, what? Tell me you didn't say that.
Hey.
He gave Tatanka way too much credit.
Yeah, that's my man. Damn,
Tatanka gonna make it to the Hall of Fame.
I understand, but man, God, man.
You know,
I'm sorry. To me, all these years, and from me being younger and up,
this won the world title.
This fucking son of a bitch, this son of a bitch, Billy Graham, he ain't did nothing but sell motherfuckers out.
And he did though.
He's like Jose Canseco.
But he was right though. Pat Patterson and that black ring announcer was tickling those boys' booties, and Vince McMahon who was harassing that woman ring announcer, and he caught it. And then he the one told about Vince giving the protein shakes to Savage, Hogan, and Piper, which had steroids.
Okay.
Hey,
Hold on. He want to snitch on people. So you telling me how he looked? That son of a bitch didn't have a protein shake or some shots? But here's shots in the ass.
No. He said that though.
Billy Graham told you what he was using.
Yeah.
But the problem is, he told you what everyone else was
used to.
I remember he put all that shit out there about Scott Steiner.
And then he outed the WWE of secretly giving shit to Don Morocco. Ooh. Yeah, he outed them on that too. You know what I mean? So that's why they want to give him a legend still. They want to shut him the fuck up. You know what I mean? Shut up, man. Take this money. He's at the point. He just one of them old men that nobody pays attention to. I agree with you now. I don't believe with the whole flip flopping. I'll give you that, and that's right. You're flip flop motherfucker. I mean, yeah, man, you're a bitch for that. But I mean, everything he called the WWE out on was straight up right. You know what I mean?
But somebody else already said that.
He was one of the first.
How many times you gotta think about it? This is what the second payoff.
He was saying it in
second, third payoff.
With Morocco, that's what they've been paying him off since he's been opening his mouth. He's one of the first ones to talk real bad about them and tell the real. You know, they didn't want that to get out.
Look at him. He an employee now.
They didn't want that shit to get out. It got out. You know what I mean? And he kept it real. And he's an
employee.
Yeah,
he sold out.
I keep that.
Or excuse me, he bought in.
Yeah, Randy really went with a gut shot. Like, if Superstar was watching that, he probably was gonna start crying. You said Tatanka was more significant than Billy Graham.
So stay tuned next week, Wrestleheads. We are going to get some questions answered. We're all waiting for Raw tomorrow. When we get an idea as to who's going to be in this tournament, who's going to be the next champion, we will let you know. Show's over.
Hey, Raider Nation, how's it feel to lose? That's all I'm saying. Steelers, baby.
Shit. Billy Graham still ain't shit.